Well, hello and welcome to the August issue of our podcast, Be More Mancroft. I'm Edward Carter.
And I'm Judy Ball.
And it's lovely you've joined us again. Judy, I was just remembering that it actually rained on St. Swithin's Day this year. I don't know if you remember that.
Yes.
Do you remember the St. Swithin custom?
We had quite a lot afterwards.
Yeah, we did. Yes, quite a bit of rain at the end of July. But I don't know, if St. Swithin is correct, then 40 days of rain, that means pretty much all of August. Well, I mean,
that will fill the reservoirs.
That will be, yes. And what about your garden? Are you growing lots of nice stuff?
Potatoes.
Good. Excellent. Potato soup for lunch. Yeah. Nice.
But that's all. I haven't done any more veg or salad stuff this year.
Oh, okay, yeah. We've got a couple of courgette plants, and actually with the damp that we had, if you leave them one extra day, they kind of grow into a marrow practically. Yes. So but very good. Yeah.
My grapevine has been sending out fronds all over the place.
Fantastic. Well, you'll be making wine before we know it.
I think they are wine. They're not grapes you can really eat. I think they are wine grapes, actually.
Oh, well, sounds good. But the great thing is, whatever the weather, there are always people in the city centre. Of course, the schools are all out for the summer. Various people around, lots of visitors as well, tourists.
Yes.
And at the church also, of course, that's the great thing about St. Peter Mancroft. Yes. It's right in the heart of the city. So it's always good to welcome people. I've bumped into all sorts of people over the last few weeks, and actually I recorded a mini interview with someone I bumped into the other day. So maybe we just listen to that now.
Okay.
Well, it's lovely you're visiting here today, and just wondered what you think of our artwork.
Well, thank you. It's a magnificent church. The artwork I find a little bit puzzling on first glance, but maybe it's something that you need to contemplate for a bit.
Yeah.
But the way it changes, very dynamic. Yeah. Quite an enhancement, temporary enhancement of the building. Yeah.
Thank you. Well, thanks very much for being here to enjoy it. Thank you.
Right. Thank you.
Yes, of course. We've got hidden, haven't we, now for the whole of August?
We have, yes, literally right through to the last day of August, which I think is a Sunday we end on. Yeah.
And it's interesting to see how many people and the reactions.
That's right. Yeah. What did you think of that chap and what he said about it?
There were two words that came to mind. The first one was dynamic.
Yes.
And then he said something about enhancement, didn't he, of the church? Yes. I thought that was good as well.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, he was quite struck by it, I think.
Yes.
Actually. Yeah. And we've had a lot of people come through. The team who've been working on the whole project have been working like anything. And lots of schools came through just before the end of term last month.
Yes.
And I think it's over 1,000 children, well over 1,000 in all, Schools from certainly Norwich and some further afield in the county as well, Yeah, and I think other groups as well, various visitors.
Yes.
And I'm pretty sure there's a charity coming to mount a bit of a display and an exhibition a bit later this month as well, perhaps from the coast. Yeah. So we'll look out for that. I was told there's even going to be a tent set up somewhere in the church. Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So, yes, that will be exciting. Yeah. What are you making of Hidden, the artwork now? Then Judy?
I think yes, as I think the man you spoke to said, you have to contemplate it, and I have mixed feelings to start with. And it grows on you. Yeah, absolutely grows on you. And the music is lovely. The first time I heard it, I think it was a bit loud, that was all, but I think it's softer now. It's just gently in the background, and yes, I love it.
It's all part of it.
It is.
Actually, thinking of music, we had a splendid service just as the choir went on their summer holiday last month. I'm sorry, I'm showing off a bit here now, but I'd written some new words to a hymn that we sang at the 10 o'clock service. I think it was 20th of July. Hidden like treasure, it began.
I heard it. I live streamed it.
Yeah, of course. Yes.
I was at the 8 o'clock, but when I came home, I live streamed at 10 o'clock.
Yeah. And that's from Matthew's Gospel, and the idea of the kingdom of heaven being a bit like hidden treasure somewhere. And when you find it, we rejoice with exceeding great joy, you might say. Yes, and I think that's something quite profound and true actually about how God works in the world.
True.
Hidden in the ordinary things and then the extraordinary things of life. So it's the whole theme of Hidden and the artwork itself. It's really growing on me actually.
It does make you think.
Yeah, it really does. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Well, one of the other great things is that we've got a team of chaplains, compassionate chaplains, and it's all the ministers at the church, but also some retired clergy as well who are helping. And they're just around in church. And I bumped into one of them the other day, called Colin Reed, one of the retired clergy, and had a bit of a chat with him actually. So I did a bit of recording, made an interview. So maybe we'll listen to that now.
Oh yes, love to.
Well, I'm here in the church, and Hidden is wonderfully on display, and I'm actually here with one of our compassionate chaplains for the summer, Colin Reed, who's retired clergyman, but he's very kindly helping out with some chaplaincy work. Colin, thank you so much. Lovely to see you here today. Has it been busy so far today?
Yeah, I've had a few conversations with people about all sorts of things, really. So yes, there's always a sense of people coming through here, and some of them are coming for the church, and some of them are coming for the artwork, and some people just wander in.
Well, that's the essence of chaplaincy, really, isn't it? Just seeing, being around, and things. Yeah. You were telling me the other day about a really interesting. You had some time sabbatical, I think, a few years back, and particularly about connected to public art. I think. Do tell us more about that.
Well, it was a pilgrimage. I had a sabbatical, which was a great privilege, and 3 months where I could basically do what I liked. And I decided to go on a pilgrimage around British cathedrals. Now, art was not particularly on my agenda. My agenda really was to go around British cathedrals and to pray in them. And I was travelling around the country, mainly by public transport, and visiting, and I got into about 70 cathedrals and large, civic churches like this one, and said prayers in them.
Wonderful.
But what really struck me from a very early stage, and I think the first bit of artwork that really hit me in the face was in Chelmsford Cathedral, where there is a wonderful etched glass window, not stained glass, but etched, to dedicated to St. Ced.
Yes.
And it's quite a new bit of art, and it just really made a big impression on me. And then a bit later on, there was some wonderful stained glass in Hereford Cathedral, in memory of the 17th century poet Thomas Traherne.
Right.
It was done by a guy called Tom Denny. Very, very beautiful stained glass. And then there were some statues I came across as well. In Peterborough Cathedral, there's an amazing statue of St. Peter as a young man, carved out of a single tree trunk.
Amazing.
And I think I suddenly started to come alive to the way that large churches and cathedrals can host art, and people can then encounter it, and it can be really quite meaningful and special for them. So, that actually became, much to my surprise, because I don't see myself as a particularly artistic person, and I certainly can't produce a bit of art, but it was very much a part of my journey, actually, right up till the end when I was up in Lindisfarne.
Oh, that's fantastic. Yeah. I mean, it is extraordinary, isn't it, how something like a piece of art is beautiful and yet, I don't know, sometimes a bit disturbing. Just does a multiplying different things, really. Yeah.
Yes, and I mean, I think sometimes art has the effect of being at one with its environment and totally contextual. And sometimes it has the opposite effect of being at variance to the environment, and then that is a different sort of challenge. But I mean, art isn't necessarily pretty or beautiful, but it's something the artist makes it, and if you like, offers it, and sometimes that an artist will very consciously put specific allusions in, so that you think, oh well, that's supposed to mean that, that's supposed to mean that, but then there are other pieces of art, of which this perhaps is one, that deliberately are ambiguous and open for you to look at it and find your interpretation. Now, I've encountered a lady, I was trying to explain this to the other day. Because she said, well, what does it mean? I said, it's for you to find your own interpretation. And she said, yes, but what does it mean?
Interesting, isn't it? Yeah.
And I think sometimes we want to be told what a particular artwork means. But maybe also it's good for us to come at a bit of artwork with an open mind and see something. I think it's, in the same way that you or I, Edward, I don't know how long you've been ordained, but we've been doing this a few years. Yes. So a lot of the passages in the Bible we've preached on many times before. But actually, one of the joys of the Scriptures is you come to a passage to prepare for a sermon, and then suddenly you'll see something completely new that you hadn't identified before. And I think that that's one of the joys of artwork as well, that you can see something in it that's new and exciting. I mean, one of the consequences of my pilgrimage was that I became a member of an online religious art group, which a retired bishop set up during COVID and which still carries on. Now, sometimes we look at very obviously religious bits of art, but sometimes we'll be looking at bits of art that don't necessarily have a religious theme or intent, and yet, looking with the eyes of faith, one can actually discern things that are of spiritual religious significance within them. So this bit of artwork here is not, I know some of the symbols are religious, but it's not necessarily a religious piece of art. The more I look at it, what I find myself looking at is not the shapes, but the gaps in between the shapes.
Interesting, yeah. I agree with you. Not religious exactly, but spiritual in a deeper sense. And I suppose a good reminder, therefore, that God, we believe God is part of everything.
Yes.
And we can encounter God in so many different ways.
Yes.
Including through a piece of art like this. Oh, wonderful.
Yes.
Well, final question.
Yeah.
What's been the most interesting or unexpected conversation you've had while you've very kindly been here as a compassionate chaplain so far?
Well, this one had nothing at all to do with the artwork, I'm afraid, but it was again a reminder of the benefit of having clergy who just lurk. Because this man came into the church, lovely man. I think he'd come from Lowestoft to Yarmouth. In his late 80s. He was married here in 1957. He had the most interesting accent. What it is, he was from the deep south, from Florida. He joined the American Air Force, come over here in 56, met his wife, got married in 57 and settled down in, after he left the Air Force, sort of on the coast. And so his accent was deep south with a kind of East Anglian burr on top.
Oh, lovely mixture, yeah.
But he'd got married here in Mancroft. He'd broken his wedding ring or lost it or something, and a few years ago had to have a new wedding ring, and he asked for it to be blessed. So I was here. I took him up to the altar. I blessed the wedding ring, and then your church warden, who was on duty, got the marriage register out and found the copy of his.
Oh, that's beautiful.
So it was all. I'll tell you one other thing that did happen here because of the artwork, and this was beautiful as well. There was this man, I guess ethnically he may have been Afghan or Pakistani. I suspect he was a refugee. He was here from Lowestoft. And he called me over and pointed to the prayer kneelers and said, "What are those for?" And so I demonstrated that one used them to kneel for prayer. And I asked him why he'd come in, and he said, "Well, I could see lots of people coming in, so I thought it would be okay. I thought I could come in as well." And he was a Muslim. He'd never, ever been in a church before.
Amazing,
And I think, that is sometimes when we do things, these are the kind of offshoots, the benefits. So those are two things that stuck with me.
Oh, thank you, Colin. That's wonderful. Thank you so much for being one of our chaplains here. And and thank you for chatting with me today.
Oh, that was an interesting interview with you had with Colin. But the one thing that struck me, I have to say, was the fact the gentleman, the American, who got married in St Peter Mancroft in 1957, which was actually a year after I got married at St Peter Mancroft.
Amazing.
I was married in 1956.
Wow.
And it was September, and it was actually Harvest Festival the weekend I got married.
Brilliant.
And in those days, there was vegetables, flowers everywhere. And my aunt had done extra flowers too because she was
I can imagine,
not a professional florist, but very much into flowers. And so the church looked absolutely beautiful.
Oh, wonderful.
Really
do you remember the day well?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes, I do.
Lovely.
Yes.
Well, it is amazing, actually. I mean, that means your name, your signature's in the wedding register, of course, both of you.
It is.
And the man from America is lovely that he could look in the register. We get quite a few people who come back, couples perhaps, who come back and say, oh, yes, I was married here back in the 50s or 60s. And whenever we can, we get the registers out because we've still got them in the sacristy.
Well, I've got a photograph of me signing the register. Because in those days, the bride and groom went up into the sacristy to sign the register. And I've got a photograph of us bending over the table and signing. Yes.
Amazing. Oh, wonderful. So you've still got those photos, I guess.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Amazing. But were they colour photos?
Or? No, absolutely
really?
not.
Oh, gosh.
There was no colour photography then.
No, okay.
And, even though my dad was a professional photographer, he didn't have colour.
Yes, of course. Yes, your dad was a photographer. That's right. And he had a studio somewhere in the city, didn't he?
Yes, he had a photographic studio and a shop in St Giles, which was next door to the Hippodrome. Oh, the Hippodrome that was there, but has gone, long gone. Oh. Because things change over the years.
Yes, but there's a sign up, isn't there? Isn't there a plaque on a building saying the Hippodrome was here, or am I imagining it?
I don't know.
Not sure.
I'm ashamed to say I don't know.
I might be imagining that. I'm not sure. Yeah. So the Hippodrome was in Upper St Giles. Lower St Giles. Yes. So do you remember that building?
Oh gosh, yes. I remember going to the Hippodrome to see shows and things.
Brilliant. Yeah. Well, I suppose some buildings have gone, haven't they?
Change. Things do change.
Yeah. But Norwich is still a lovely place.
It is.
Yeah. I met someone the other day on the motorcycle park who was waxing lyrical about Norwich. So actually, I recorded a little interview with him. So maybe we'll just listen to that now.
Yes.
Well, that's my church there. I'm just the vicar there. So I'm just asking people what they most like about Norwich.
Well, Norwich has changed a lot since I've come here. Yeah. I came to Norwich in about 1990. Yeah. Shops were shut on a Sunday. Yeah. Things are very different. Yeah. Norwich has grown. Yeah. It's pretty multicultural now. Definitely. It's probably one of the last things to move. Yeah. I think Norwich is a friendly city. Yep. I think it's a safe city. I think it's a welcoming city. And I wouldn't move anywhere else from Norwich for me or my kids.
That is amazing.
No interest in going back to London at all.
Oh, brilliant.
So I feel welcomed, and the boys I work with from the refugee community feel welcomed as well.
Yeah, that's great.
So Norwich is a good place to be.
That's cool, yeah. We're on the motorbike parkage by the church. You can hear all the bikes in the background. And you've got a helmet in your hand, so you have a bike, do you?
So I ride a Triumph. I've always ridden motorcycles. Nice. And next to my Triumph is my daughter's MZ, an old Soviet bike.
That's a family thing.
It's a family thing.
Nice.
Well, it was good to hear someone say how friendly Norwich is and what a lovely place Norwich is to be. So I thought that was encouraging.
No, really good. I mean, actually, I keep meeting people. Well, I'm one of them, really. People who've moved to Norwich and love it. And would never think of moving away. There are people who have come to study and have just stayed the rest of their lives. So,
well, after I got married, my husband came from Birmingham. Yeah. And his parents came to the wedding, obviously. And eventually, as soon as father-in-law retired, they moved down here.
Well, there we are, you see. Yeah. Well, it's quite fun meeting him out on the motorcycle park. I don't know if you remember last month, the what was it? The Association of Christian Motorcyclists came and spent a morning outside the church. So I met up with them, which was fun. I sort of wearing leather jackets and all that kind of thing. And we chatted with people, and the most popular thing was children mainly having a go, sitting on a motorbike.
Oh yes.
I've never. Have you ever ridden a motorbike in anger?
No, I've sat on motorbikes because my father again was very much interested in vintage motorbikes, and he used to build them up from scrap, and it was great.
Amazing, yeah.
We rescue old bikes and we.
Yeah. No, well, someone who loves me very much has insisted I never ride on a motorbike properly, so I don't think that's ever going to happen. Yeah. Well, now St Peter Mancroft. Has anyone asked you about who St Peter Mancroft was recently in church, perhaps? Or someone did ask me, I think, the other day.
No, I haven't had one recently.
No.
I have had them in the past, yes.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. So I've been wondering because, patrons, so he could be a patron saint of something. So actually, something to do with motorbikes.
Noisy motorbikes.
Yes, I think you're right. Patron saint of noisy motorbikes. Yeah, so if in the middle of a service there's a sudden rum noise and we all kind of tut about it, we should remember that St Peter Mancroft actually is a patron saint of extremely noisy motorbikes. That's just the most awkward moment. Yeah. Sounds good. Oh, brilliant. Well, Judy, as always, a great joy and delight to chat with you on our Be More Mancroft podcast. August is a lovely month, so hopefully blessings for everyone through the month.
Yes.
And I dare say we'll be back in September. So
hope so.
Yeah, definitely. So we hope you'll join us again then.
So we say bye for now.
That's it.